So what opportunities are there here to interact with local business or academic or political leaders?
Peking University is a magnet for people from different walks of life. We have a lot of political leaders who come through this campus. Last spring, for example, Kevin Rudd happened to be in town. I knew him, invited him to come to speak at the Yenching Global Symposium. Opportunities like this happen often. Here on campus, we have a very excellent business school, which also hosts many interesting business leaders. And last year, for example, we had a global vice chairman of Goldman Sachs come and share his life story with our students for about 2 hours. I think it was even longer. Reception with him afterwards. This was Mark Schwartz. A really interesting experience for people. The Yenching Academy is supported by grants from the Bai Xian Foundation, for example. This is a family foundation in Hong Kong. Wealth coming from business. Robin Lee from Baidu endows some of our scholarships here. There's a lot of connections with those people and many, many others. We are also, interestingly, right in the heart of China's Silicon Valley. The Haidin area is home to thousands of huge and small entrepreneurial companies, many of which are looking for opportunities to engage with bright people from around the world as interns or potentially eventually as employees. Because of Peking University's prestige and connections, companies are very happy to host scholars from Yenching Academy. We had a site visit to Lenovo, a big IT company, and also to Baidu. It's an opportunities in both cases to dive deeply into what is really at the cutting edge of China's innovation and IT industries. We put on interesting events that attract not only our scholars but students from around the campus. One that was a huge hit last year was a dialogue with the famous author Yu Hua, whose books are extremely popular in China and abroad. There's one that I know and have read called Brothers, and he played to an overflow crowd in one auditorium, which we had to sync via video to the next hall. We must have had, I would think, 500 or 600 people in space that should have only had about 300. It was an amazing event, and we were lucky to have had him come here to the Academy afterwards for a very private kind of evening with him over drinks. It was fascinating. We have visiting scholars, people like Ezra Vogel from Harvard, who's written a massive and fascinating biography of Deng Xiaoping. We had an interesting meeting with 11 ASEAN ambassadors who were all stationed in Jakarta, who came by through connections with our Dean Yuanming, who has brought on board here at the Yenching Academy the former Vice Foreign Minister, Hu Yafei, who is now retired from that post and is become a very important public intellectual in China, really focusing a lot on global governance.